they're all favorites, but the ones that they liked from the best, least to the worst, best to the worst, worst to the best. I cannot speak. Hi friends, Krista here. Thanks for stopping by Books and Jams. Today I'm going to be doing another mid-month check-in to let you know where my reading is at so far in June and what I'm currently reading, what I finished already. And since there's not too much that I've finished already that I'm actually going to talk about, I thought I'd throw in a couple other just chatty check-in topics as well. So let's start with the books that I have completed so far this month. Part of my TBR for June was recommendations from some librarians in various libraries near me. And I have so far completed 2 and DNF'd one of those. I'm just going to tell you what they are, but I'm going to save my thoughts about them for a wrap up of all of those books that were recommended by librarians. So I did finish News of the World by Paulette Giles, which is an adult historical fiction. I finished a middle grade contemporary with some LGBTQ representation in here, The Incredible Magic of Being by Catherine Erskine, and I DNF'd Super Mutant Magic Academy by Jillian Tamaki. So you'll have to find out why in a future video, but I did kind of finish those. I also finished Betsy and Joe by Maud Hart Lovelace. I am participating in the Betsy Tacy read-along for 2019. I will link the hosts down below, but this is book 8, and it is the one that was for June, and I'm not squeezing it in at the end of the month. I already read it because I was very excited to get to Betsy and Joe. So Betsy, we've been following her since she was about 5 or 6 years old in the first book. Now she's a senior in high school. I remember those feelings of being excited about what's coming up next, but also feeling very nostalgic and almost sad that it's kind of like an end of an era. So this is the last time we're going to play this soccer game. This is the last time we're going to do this. And so Betsy has a lot of those senioritis kind of feelings, happy and sad, bittersweet for sure. But we also finally see our dear friend Betsy connecting with Joe, who she's at times had a crush on, but also just a different kind of relationship with, a lot of respect for him, and also kind of a little crush as well. So Betsy and Joe finally connect in this book. There is also a bit of a love triangle in here. It was so great. I love it. I love these more and more as Betsy gets older. I know some people really prefer her when she's younger. I definitely prefer them as she's growing up. So I'm looking forward to where this series will continue, and I will continue reading along with the group. So I haven't finished very many books this month, but I am reading quite a bit. So I'm in the middle of 3 books right now. I'm very excited that I only have about 3.5 hours left on the audiobook for Anna Karenina. I'm determined that this book is going to get finished this month. It's going to get finished, and that's very exciting. So I have about 150 pages or so to go, which I should be able to knock right out. But I'm usually just listening when I'm going for walks or different things like that. So it will get finished. I am also in the middle of 2 books that I'm buddy reading with 2 different lovely ladies. The first is The Huntress by Kate Quinn. I'm reading this with Steffi from Fun Size Steffi. I'm about halfway through this one and I'm really enjoying it. We have a couple different perspectives that we're hearing from. I really like the characters in here. I like the things that it makes you question. There's a level of mystery to it that is really fun. It's kind of hard to explain how they all come together, but I'm just really enjoying the ride of this one. I'll probably knock this one out in early part of this coming week. Hopefully. We'll see. And then the final book I just started a couple days ago. I'm about 100 or so. How far into this? I'm about 140 pages into this one. Hum If You Don't Know the Words by Bianca Murray. I don't think enough people have talked about this book. I'm a little late. When did this one even come out? Last year, I believe. Yeah, 2017. 2 years ago, sorry. And I feel like more people need to be reading it. If you like historical fiction, this is fantastic. We're learning in this book about South Africa during apartheid. It takes place in the 1970s. Mainly in Johannesburg and Soweto, which is a suburb of Johannesburg where all of the Black people lived at this time. And in June of 1970, there was an uprising in Soweto that was started by students, children, really, and things turned really sour really quickly. There is so much blatant racism and hatred expressed, and it's just infuriating and heartbreaking. I just have so many emotions. We follow two main characters in this one. Robin, who's a young girl, who's a young white girl. Her parents die very early on, and so she's kind of in this limbo. Her aunt has taken her in, but we're watching her kind of deal with her grief and how that's working itself out. We also follow Beauty, who is the mother of one of the leaders of this student uprising, and her daughter has gone missing, and we don't know if she even survived. It just turned into something a lot bigger than what I think the kids, any of them, ever expected. But Beauty travels to Soweto to try to find her daughter, who was living with her uncle, to go to school there. Yeah, it's just super emotional, super fantastic. I am fully expecting to give this 5 stars. If you read Born a Crime by Trevor Noah, this would be a fantastic companion, because a lot of the places that he talks about growing up as a kid are mentioned in this book as well. I think he lived in Soweto for a time in Johannesburg. Definitely this would be a great companion to Born a Crime. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm reading this with Amanda from the Curly Reader. So those are the books that I'm in the middle of, but I wanted to just, because there's not much to talk about there, I just also wanted to tell you just a couple other things that are going on this month so far. Today, have a sunburned forehead and nose. I did put sunscreen on, but clearly not enough. I did a yard sale I sold some stuff at a flea market today to raise money for 2 trips that I'm taking coming up 2 weeks from yesterday, Friday. I will be traveling to New York and then flying out on Sunday, June 30th, to go to Turkey for a 10-day trip with my mom. I have a brother who lives in Turkey, and we're going to visit him. So doing some traveling around Turkey, Istanbul and Izmir and Cappadocia. I'm just super excited about that trip, just for fun. Totally gonna be a tourist and explore and be exhausted, because we're just gonna check out as much as we can in the short time that we'll be there. But I'm very excited. That's coming super soon. And then in September, I'm traveling to the Dominican Republic with a team from my church for a missions trip. So I didn't make very much money today, sadly, but what I did make is going to go towards supplies and things that I need for those trips. Also, I wanted to tell you what I am watching these days. I am a big fan of The Bachelorette. I know that gets mixed reactions. Some people are like, ooh, me too, who do you like? And some people are like, really? You like The Bachelorette? Yeah, I'm a big Bachelor Nation fan. Anything Bachelor Nation, I am going to be watching it. So yes, I am enjoying this season, even though Luke P can just go home already. I'm also watching Friends on Netflix. I've watched a lot of episodes of Friends, and it was very popular when I was fresh out of college and all of that. So dating myself again, but I've never gone from the beginning to the end in Friends, so I'm currently in season 4. I like them because they're short, so I watch them while I do the dishes or while I'm cleaning up in the kitchen or making dinner, and it's just nice to watch and go through chronologically. It's been a lot of fun. And this past Wednesday, I started watching the 3rd season of The Handmaid's Tale on Hulu. I'm watching that with a couple of my friends that I play volleyball with, and it's so well done. It's such a harrowing story anyway. It makes me want to reread the book, especially because I believe a sequel is coming out. Margaret Atwood is writing a sequel that comes out in the fall, I believe, and I'm so curious if the sequel is going to correspond with season 2 of The Handmaid's Tale. Well, it's not really an adaptation because there was no book when season 2 was created. So yeah, I'm very curious how they're going to line up, or if they will at all. But I would like to reread Handmaid's Tale at some point before picking up the second book. Finally, I just wanted to talk about 2 booktubers that are relatively new to the whole scene that I've been loving. I know I just recently did a shout out, and I still have so many more people that I want to shout out, but 2 that I've particularly been loving this past month or couple weeks. Megan Harriet. Oh man, Harnett? I think it's Harnett. Megan Harriet. I can't remember her last name. I will link her down below. If you're a fan of Anne of Green Gables, you should be watching Megan's channel. She is a huge fan of Anne of Green Gables. She wrote, produced, and starred, I think, in a play about Rilla, who is one of Anne's daughters. She did a video ranking her favorite Anne books. There's 8 books in the series, and she kind of ranked them, which one was her favorite. She also, with her cousin, I believe, just did a Jane Austen ranking, which was a fantastic video. I just think she talks so eloquently about the books that she's talking about, and likes a lot of the same books that I like as well. So definitely check out Megan's channel. And also Tia and All the Books. I found Tia just before I put out that Booktuber shoutouts a couple months ago, 2 months ago maybe. And she is also very new to the Booktube world, but I feel like we have such similar tastes in books. She is a mom of multiple children. I forget how many, 3, 4? I forget how many kids she has, but her kids have starred in some of her videos. Again, if you have any kind of similar taste in reading as me, then you will also enjoy Tia's channel. I just like the way she talks about books and have connected with her in the comments many times over the last couple weeks. So definitely check out Megan and Tia. I think that you guys would really like them. Not quite a long check-in, but that's just where I'm at this month. I am not gonna get 12 books read in June because we are within the 2 weeks of leaving. So one of my goals for the night is to practice pack, because my mom and I want to only bring a carry-on to Turkey. Yikes. Which means I have to be very wise about what's coming and what's staying and what I wear on the plane and all of that, what can fit. So that is my goal for the evening, is to practice pack and see how I can get it all to fit. If I can get it all to fit, I'm determined. But other than that, I hope that you are all having a wonderful month so far. I would love to hear, what book are you in the middle of right now, and are you liking it or not? Let's talk about that down in the comments, and anything else that you want to talk about. You know I love chatting with you down there. And give this video a big thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll be talking to you in another video very soon. Bye!